4 members present. I am calling to order at 6 p.m. the November 16th, 2021 meeting of the Conservation Commission. Okay, let's see. Notice we are being broadcast on TV, recorded, will be broadcast on TV, put on YouTube. We're on Zoom right now. Enough said. Let me go up here and share that. That is not the one that I wanted to see right now. That's the one I wanted to see. Minutes for October 19th.
I think you're still no bueno. Because I wasn't at that meeting.
Oh, man. No. We have a quorum. And from there, it's a majority of the people present and voting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if 3 of us approve, then they're okay.
Right.
Because the next one I wasn't at, so.
Right. That nice short meeting Melissa ran.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've heard. Many compliments.
Sorry.
All right, I've already read these. I don't know if anybody else needs to read them or if somebody just wants to make a motion.
I'll make a motion we approve them.
Do you have to do them separate?
Yes,
Okay.
because we have different, because she can't vote
Right.
for one and I can't vote for the other.
So you're doing the October one, right?
Yes, this is October 19th.
I'll second.
Discussion, corrections. All in favor?
Langer and I.
Gentilucci, aye.
Dan's abstain.
Crane, aye. Let's close that one. So, minutes November 2.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of November 2nd as written.
Second.
You could have seconded, but you didn't.
Well, don't want to feel left out.
Roll call.
Langer and I.
Gentilucci, aye.
Dan's aye.
Crane abstain.
Besides, it was her meeting.
It was my meeting. It was my 27-minute meeting.
Oh,
But who's counting?
No, I was kidding.
We all did.
We all did.
And we were thrilled.
All right, so we have a request for a certificate of compliance from 111 Kenwood Drive. I have a few of the documents up. There's the septic. So what was this?
No, that's the old one.
The other one, what?
Other as-built.
And as-built that shows.
Ah,
Go to the next tab you have open.
yeah, I've got them. See,
Yeah,
too
we
old.
read all
I
that
can't
stuff.
read that anymore.
Get everything you need.
Really?
Really.
Stronger prescription.
You don't want to look through these.
You don't want to look through
So
it.
this was a single-family house?
Single family house.
Anybody do walks over there?
Yes.
Take a look at it?
Yep.
Comments, questions?
Looks good.
Looked great.
Grass is growing, actually.
Yeah, it is.
You lucked
It
out.
was growing when I was there.
Yeah.
Before all the rain, so. Yeah.
All right. Motion to approve?
So moved. With the
Second.
one,
Nope.
I think-
111.
no, I think there was one ongoing for the limit of lawn is the limit of work in perpetuity. So just that number. I'll look at it.
Is it from?
It's on the order.
Yeah, I can pull it up. I'll try to pull
I
it.
think those are the orders.
Oh, you have it? Go to the last page. Number 30.
30. Yes.
So,
Oh.
huh?
Oh, okay. That's
Okay. Yeah.
Just so they can't
that goes to
expand
that
it.
goes to the
Yeah,
home.
move in there. Don't do no more.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all that is. It has nothing to do with you.
That's fine.
At the last box, it says, is there any ongoing conditions? You check off complete and check off ongoing and just add 30 in the type section.
Other discussion or questions?
Nope.
Roll call.
Langer and I.
Gentilucci, aye.
Oh.
Scott, Scott, right?
Okay. Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Well, we're
could've
going to
made
make
that
it so.
up. Dan's eye.
Crane
Oh
eye.
my God, we're doing great.
Well, I was shocked how many windows I had opened today, which tells me there's a lot more going on here. So, submission. I did not see any submission for this.
No, I reached out to him a few times and he's not getting back to me.
So, Julian's all set, right?
That one's okay, unless he's also gonna be at Wachusett Solar.
So we get the,
Oh, you want it signed?
yeah, please.
Oh,
We don't do that
well,
anymore.
We don't
So
do
you
that
get
that way anymore, but I can email it to you tomorrow, and that copy can be used to be
And
recorded.
can that be recorded?
Yep.
Because we use electronic signatures, so you can just print it
Okay.
right from the email and record
I would
it.
absolutely, yes. Because I can't leave now. Says don't leave there without that piece of paper in your hand,
Oh,
so.
yeah, no, I
If
can
it's
get
okay
it.
tomorrow, that's fine.
Yep, I can get it to you.
Because they're, I think they're closing on Friday, they already put it off,
Okay.
so
You'll have it.
that'd
Yep.
be good.
No worries.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Do you actually have it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna put it in this
Oh,
one.
okay.
He
how
had the
important
empty
this is.
folder.
Well, if you had
ready
something
to
with
go.
paper in it that we could actually sign it,
And
yeah.
things get broken and it's like, oh.
Okay.
So, all right, well, thank you. As soon as you can get that to me, that'd be perfect.
You got it.
Thank you.
So if you
Thanks,
don't
guys.
have it, then
It's
it
good to
hasn't
meet
been
you.
noticed.
Yeah, it is.
So
What?
have this RDA.
Yeah, like I said, I've been reaching out to him and he's not responding.
Okay, that's
Um,
fine, and you're exactly
Yeah.
right. So I'm just saying, I'm just mentally noting or verbally noting that
yeah.
we
so-
can't act on it next time. Because it's not been
No.
noticed.
Yeah, and I'm just not sure where we want to go with that because I don't know if because the project is moving forward anyways, if, you know,
Well, we told him what he needed to do.
So when's the deadline to get on for the next meeting for the paper?
I think it's
I have to
today.
do it by this Thursday.
This
Oh,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yep.
Okay, so I would suggest reaching out to him one more time and saying you have until Wednesday to submit this RDA, and we would unfortunately issue a stop work order if we don't have it.
Yeah.
What is this one?
This is
I'm lost.
the deck expansion thing.
Right, so there was an existing house
What?
on Bernard
Bernard-
Road,
off-
which is
off of
which is
Watson,
off
right?
Watson,
Off
yes.
Watson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's right up against it. Well, right up against, that's unfair, but it's
close.
near a stream.
Okay.
And he's taking part of his deck and converting it into a 3-season room
And then expanding the deck.
and expanding a little
Oh.
bit. So
It's just a couple extra footings,
Yeah.
so it's not
Minimal work.
life altering.
right, so we don't have a problem with just doing an RDA, but we do expect an RDA. Darn
Yeah.
it!
We didn't sign a building permit yet, did we? So we could do
No, we have not signed. That didn't stop him from starting. No, to tell you how.
Because
Was this the
when
one?
was this? Why don't
This
I
is
This
the
was in
one.
between meetings.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
I'm
just
like,
hit it after
where
the
was
site
I?
visits,
If
yeah.
I remember
You guys
correctly,
don't love me anymore.
my memory's not good, but if I remember correctly, this is the one where they asked for a
Variance.
Variance.
Yes.
where they they asked for the inspection before they
Pulled the permit.
pulled the permit.
Oh.
But they didn't, so
backwards.
they,
A little bit.
I believe that the granting of the variance
Right.
in September.
Was the
authorized
granting
them
of the
to start.
permit.
Oh.
However, after
Okay.
speaking to the building inspector, the permit has not been issued. And I was kind of surprised that the contractor started the project without a building permit.
Who's the contractor?
I don't know.
Somebody
off
in
the top of
Worcester?
my head. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. So, he has indicated to me that regardless of this, they were not going to stop construction.
Ooh.
So I think that's probably why there's not a full sense of urgency.
Well, I think with I think with the letter that
Because there is still no permit
That's
until
nasty.
you
right
sign
there's
off
no
on it.
and
Oh,
There
there's
will
still
con-
not even a building permit?
no because
Oh.
I held it up because I said you need to
Oh,
file
right,
something
right.
and that's what raised the
Should we?
what do you mean we need more to do more work?
Should we check back with the building inspector
I was
to
just gonna
see?
say that, yeah.
Let's check back to him and have him. It's one of those. Even if he hasn't issued one, if they're building.
Yeah.
He's aware. I did make
Okay.
him aware of that.
Oh,
Okay.
lovely.
But, yeah.
Huh.
Not sure
So I would give a hard deadline by Wednesday.
Yeah.
by Wednesday, and then at that point, would it be an enforcement order?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's such a small.
Yeah, but
So
It's not a big deal.
but
Yeah.
still, it's
Yeah.
brutal.
And it's not that much work to submit an RDA in the week and a half since we saw them. Not quite, but close enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on. COC for Wachusett Solar. And there's the request. Who cares? This is the So this is the solar field behind 67 Wachusett. I haven't been out there. It's been a long time. It's been a year and a half or more since I've been out there. Joe was out there with me last time I was there too, because that's when we did changes to this.
Yeah.
Small change to the project. I believe it's this this ridge that actually is a walking path to us, and some of this slope work, and how this road continued.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 It's coming back to me
Yeah.
now. Because we're like, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was no big deal. I remember that.
Yeah.
But even that's probably one because now it's done and stabilized. Probably worth a walk.
Well, yeah, because this is for the whole solar project.
Right.
So
This
what
is-
what I will say is they very nicely sent us a letter with pictures.
No.
Look, I'm not objecting to a walk. I'm just saying there.
She said absolutely they were welcome to come back and do a sidewalk too.
I wonder if that one has to be during the week to get their people. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Why don't you find out?
I can ask, sure.
Because
So-
that's a big piece of land. It'd be nice to see it quickly, and especially they did everything else right. So it's nice to see it done
Yeah.
right.
This is one of the reasons I wasn't really concerned. 'Cause
No.
Every time, but admittedly, as I said, it has been a while since I've been out
Yeah.
there. But
Tamika, can you
They did a
upload
nice job when they did
the original plans if you haven't already for this project? Do you think you have them?
No, I don't have electronic
Okay.
copies, but I'm
Maybe
sure
ask
they
that,
have
yeah.
them, and I can get those. Yep.
Did this order technically lapse? Original date's from 2017?
COC says. Actually, would the amendment
The amendment does not extend.
does not extend?
expiration.
So yeah, they probably did, but
It probably might just expire now with the tolling from COVID,
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
because it's like 426 days or something.
you're right. 27.
It's
So it would-
August 15, 2017 was the date of issuance of the original order.
Ironic. Oh, they must have the amended December, October. So it's probably
Yep.
just expired.
Was it
Yeah.
the same year that they amended it?
I thought it was a year after.
I thought so too.
Yeah, okay.
It has a different date, which is interesting.
But okay.
I will give them credit, they submitted a letter by
Yes,
a
they
PE,
did.
by a PE with pictures,
Mm-hmm.
Which is the
which you don't always see, but you're supposed to get.
what is the bare minimum?
She
Yeah.
said that the people that were currently working on this project are no longer with the company.
Okay.
And then she just happened to accidentally find that this order was still open, and that's what
okay.
started this.
Interesting.
Okay.
Who did the
Got
as-built
forgotten
plans?
about.
I'm just curious. Who says? Is it at the bottom?
Andrew Survey and Engineering?
That's why it looks so familiar. Okay. Who stamped it?
We did stamp this.
God, it's bringing me back to Uxie.
Richard? Richard something?
Yeah, okay.
Richard Mainville.
In 2019, he signed it.
Yes.
So that would have been the amendment. No, this is
This
as-built.
is the as-built.
So they would have. So, yeah. Okay. So
So that's why I'm confused.
Is this
so
really,
maybe it was twins. Maybe it was all that close.
is this
But even
really an
that's-
as-built?
This is dated before their date in the request.
Yeah, I question if this is
That it was
truly an
issued.
as-built.
Are these the actual site plans and not the as-built?
That's what it looks like to me.
So this is the original site plans.
This one's labeled as built.
That's what she sent them to me.
Okay. But they're stamped in 2019.
Yes.
All right. Well,
But it does say site plan on it, so.
And it doesn't have any revisions.
no, none at all.
What are the plan dates in the order? I don't have my laptop.
Where is your laptop?
And then I just
I don't know. They ordered the.
Did
May,
I left
May
it at
10th,
work?
2017.
May 10th, 2017. These were stamped in.
2019.
I wonder if that catches that revised road then.
So, wait a minute, so October 26th, no, this is our, no, that's the
Oh.
recording date.
So that's where they pulled that from. In their request, they
Yeah.
just pulled it from the recording date.
Oh.
Got it.
Right, because
Oh, yeah.
the NOI was filed, public hearing closed.
Hutnack works for the town now.
Really?
For Experts, yeah.
Oh.
Assuming he's still there.
All right, sidewalk it is. So why don't we propose a date? Something's going on.
Not next Saturday.
I was going to say something in my world is happening on the 20th, even though I don't have it here.
Thanksgiving
Do you
weekend.
wanna try for a Friday and the likelihood that your staff might not work on the weekend, or do you want me to try for a Saturday? Maybe check.
Well,
Maybe try for Saturday first.
Okay.
this Saturday the 20th. Yeah. That's probably the best. I'll find out what the heck is on my. I know there's something happening, but it's not here.
Haircut?
But it might be in my.
Your wife's
Thanks.
brain?
It's not your wife's birthday again.
Yeah.
So propose a site walk for this Saturday at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Why don't I put this in my calendar right now?
Same.
Yeah, that's your watch.
What's technically the address this
You
one?
come over.
67 Wachusett.
Turkeys on Saturday and Sunday.
Now email you guys either
Never done
confirm
that.
or say that that's not gonna work. Thank you.
That's what I'll be doing.
I'm sure.
I probably
How
can't
many?
do this Friday.
Yeah, about 300.
Yes.
Start Friday. Saturday, Sunday.
How long take the process one?
No. Yeah, that's fine.
From killing it to
Okay, now it's in my calendar.
throwing a bag.
Do I have it as
Takes 3
AM or
hours to
PM?
cool. Getting the
That
temperature.
is a mistake I make far too
You
often.
can't bag
AM,
them.
good.
Yes, they're,
All right.
34 degrees.
So,
Bacteria.
Mm.
and this, and I believe we have another COC for 18 Grizzly Drive, which,
So technically it's two COCs for this one.
yeah, so is this the one that closes out Grizzly?
No, so one of them is specific to the lot 18 Grizzly. The
Right.
other one was issued to Bear Hill Estates. So Melissa advised we do a partial COC strictly for 18 Grizzly, so
Right.
that it will at least remove it from their title.
Yes.
I spoke to the attorney today, and he said they're closing tomorrow, and the buyer's attorney is holding back a very large sum of money until they receive these COCs. So I'm hoping there won't be any unforeseen issues,
Alright,
you know,
well,
on their
listen.
part, but.
This is, first of all, clearly hand-typed and scanned, or maybe, probably printed, but
That looks like a typewriter.
it does, but I'm just looking for dates on here anywhere. Did I miss them?
Yeah,
So the
the
one for
beginning.
Bear Hill was 2005, amended in 2014, I believe. And this one was issued, this one is specific to the lot 18 Grizzly.
Right, this is the one I was looking for, the specific one I was looking for dates.
Dates of what? Oh,
Anything.
This
the
one
top.
was issued 2014.
yeah.
Okay.
It's in the beginning. And number 2.
And did we have,
No,
Oh.
we don't have
no, that's the order.
as-built or anything like that.
It's the old order.
Yeah. Well, this one says amended.
The one for Bear Hill was amended.
Right, okay,
But it's 253, so it's the old one.
okay. All right, so, it's 2005, we're gonna go look at it.
No, this one's 2014.
Oh, look, a great picture.
It's very grassy.
Oh, that's good.
What was this NOI for?
The house.
To build the house on 18 Grizzly.
Are you
Oh.
alright?
No, obviously I'm not.
I think we've switched
So this one that
Mine's
you're looking at is
today.
specific for Grizzly.
For
Yes.
Issued
right.
in 2014.
Didn't we
Okay.
just
They
drive
came
by
up
this
on
one
the
like a
title
month
search,
ago?
we got
Yes.
We went to 26 Grizzly? Okay,
Yes,
just
yes.
checking.
The
Yeah.
other one is for.
They all look good
the
on
whole
that street.
subject.
For the,
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
All
that
right.
stuff is established, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. It's a sign off, Peter.
Yeah. So,
Don't complicate it.
Don't complicate it.
It's already
especially
on
since
sale.
they want to close tomorrow, and I don't have a problem. I don't think there's an issue out there. We've driven past it enough times.
Yeah.
So I'd like a motion to issue a COC for 18 Grizzly Drive. A full release of this one. We'll do another motion for the partial from Bear Hill.
So a full COC for
18.
435, 277-435.
Okay.
So moved.
Yes, I'll second it. Sounded better when she said it. So
Roll call. Let's start here.
Danza, aye.
Gentilucci, aye.
Langer and
Clock eye.
Crane eye. All right. So now I'd like a motion, please, for a partial release of 277-0253, reflecting the property
18
of
Grizzly.
18 Grizzly.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Danza, aye.
Gentilucci, aye.
I. Langer and I.
Clock eye.
Crane eye. All right. 20 minutes and we're through, I think, all the submissions.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. Wetlands Inquiry 6, Teresa.
And I did notice that Betsy is on Zoom.
Oh,
That was the site walk you guys didn't make over.
yes. Oh, there she is, right there. Hi, Betsy. So, do we have paperwork for? Because we were looking for an RDA from this. No. What were we looking for? Hold on.
We were looking, we suggested.
I was at the wrong property in my head. Sorry. Yes, I'm.
I know, it took
I'm
me
all
back.
over the darn map.
So we suggested that oh my gosh. All right.
Jared, would you like to try?
No, she's got it.
Join the confusion speakers.
We suggested that they reach out to their builder to get an as-built plan
Yes.
that demonstrated where the buffer zone boundaries are and to demonstrate that they were in compliance with their approved plan, which would then dictate to them what they would need to do to get the bigger lawn,
Okay.
right? And I think we're going to try to find the original plans.
Oh yeah, I haven't even been up there to look for that. Oh, actually, Teresa, is that new enough? that
That's
I look
new
at
That's
enough.
new, because I just couldn't pull it up when we were out there for whatever reason. It was just my service.
We should have. This is lot 5, Teresa.
I don't have any of your plans.
On
for
Maple Hill
Hill.
Estates?
I've got Brittenell, I don't have Maple Hill.
They
Oh,
are
really?
on the drive.
Are
They are. They're
Yeah,
new enough.
That's new.
I just couldn't. I didn't have enough service. It wouldn't open on the drive.
Oh well.
here, good check.
Yeah,
I bet I-
that's new. That's like
Yeah.
within a year and a half.
Yeah, I remember we walked
Because
it.
that was a modification.
So if I shoot back here.
I just searched, Maple Hill Estates in the Concon. Of course, now it comes
Where did you find it?
up. 2019, June 17th, or
Past meetings.
it's dated June 17th, but of course.
Oh, I'm in 2021. So.
So it was 2019?
Yeah.
When's 2019?
Well, COVID really screwed everything up.
We
Seriously?
weren't using the drive in 2019. No, it says modified June 17th, 2019. What the heck?
Or I'm going to show my idiocy with Google Drive. How the heck do you do a search
So,
here? Let me guess, I need to log in, which I'm not allowed to do. For reasons.
I don't know. I can maybe share this to you.
I was going to say, oh, somebody chatted. Hold on, I missed a chat message. Ah, Betsy just responded with hello.
Hmm.
I think maybe I emailed you.
Share it with you. Okay, yes. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing that. Open, yes, good. It goes here. So far, so not catastrophic.
Will you share that with me and I'll pull it
Yeah.
up and just create its own folder so if we need it again, we can find it.
Why won't it? So this lot 4 is, I believe, the correct lot. Well, that shows wetlands different than I remember, unless that's not wetlands. That's gotta be wetlands.
It is. That was the original one the crossing was supposed to go over till they redid the plan and swap it to Zirco.
There we go. This way. Well, that did not help. That's a little better. Right. The house is in the 100. I don't know why this won't scroll this way anymore. Now it will. Sure, of course.
How far back was she trying to go?
She, right now they're talking about going to the edge of the
Silt fence.
Erosion controls.
Erosion control barrier.
which are still there, no surprise.
Right.
So that's, I mean,
Which is basically toe slope.
I was gonna say, yeah, and the toe is
30 feet?
From the
ish.
house?
No, toe is 10 feet. No, current end of the current toe to the erosion controls is between 6 and 10.
Yeah.
And it's very steep too, so I don't know that they want to try to maintain that grade. Because that sure as heck ain't 2 to 1.
How far is the silt fence and stuff from the actual, would you guess?
Well,
From the wetland?
I mean,
The
from the actual wetland.
I
Not,
think that it's
Um,
here. I think it's right on the edge of the BVW.
oh,
I thought the original plans, I thought they had a 15-foot buffer.
I think, well, I don't know anymore, and let's look a little further in this document to see if it shows the erosion controls. No, that's plus, minus. It's, interesting stuff.
It's on
but-
the property line.
oh, the erosions are on the property line.
Mhm.
Oh,
Page 11.
then I'll go.
I mean, page 5. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so you can see it
dash
just
line.
goes along the property line.
So
It's hard to
zoom
see
in and
solid
try to
versus
move over.
dashed.
So they're so they can't extend it. Ugh, why aren't you going this way?
Well, I don't think they were looking to extend it. I think if anything, it'd be making a more straight up and down slope retaining wall,
Yeah.
building back up to it.
Isn't this fascinating? Watch Peter try to manipulate views so everybody can see what we're looking at.
You want to put that piece right in the center and zoom in. The piece you want to zoom into, you gotta have it kind of in the center of the screen.
All right. So what we can see. Well, normally I could scroll over to see the whole. This won't let me view the whole thing. Whatever. So the toe is their property line, and the erosion controls is their property line. So that's as far as they could go legally, no matter what.
So this would only be a 12-foot drop.
So if you look at the top of the slope per this
Yeah.
plan, to me, the top of that slope looks a lot closer to the house than the way they built it. I have a feeling they pushed the top of the slope out to give them a little more backyard,
Yeah.
and that's why that slope is so
That's
steep.
why it's so steep,
Yeah.
steep, and because they're still stuck within that property.
Yeah.
So this goes back to almost certainly needing a retaining wall to do any more filling.
yeah,
I mean, as a practical matter.
right.
So Betsy, do you hear all our muttering? You're still muted. And then the distance here, I don't have an exact scale, but at the closest point back here, the problem is I don't have a scale.
Well,
I'd need to do a proper print out of this to get a
Right.
scale, to make sure that we measured that correctly, but I don't know.
But
that
you're
that's-
right. You're right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my doubts that's 15.
Yeah. With no retaining walls, there's no. You
Yeah.
can't do much.
Okay, she can hear us.
yeah. I'm assuming, I'm gonna guess the road, it's 24 feet.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then that's probably maybe 10 feet.
Yeah. So Betsy, our normal operation is that we have, everything stays 15 feet away from the wetlands. And the fact, no, the tree that we saw with the marking probably wasn't. It would have been really convenient if it was this one. But
It could have been.
It's,
I can't,
If they,
because if we saw these two flags,
it could have been one of those. Yeah, it was in that direction. But hard to say for sure.
yeah.
because I feel like looking at this, if the house is located in the same position, directly behind the house, they have a better chance, because that's,
It's more separation.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, there's a pinch point
Yeah.
at that J3 flag. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's the flag number.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but that's off to the left,
Yeah.
and it, all of a sudden, the BVW jogs back a good amount.
I think no matter what, just from discussion, it's just going to have to be mapped.
It's gonna
This
have to
is-
be met, and I think, yeah, first step, I think, is still getting that site plan.
Yeah, get an as built from Clay,
Mm-hmm,
and then get it engineered and look at it,
yep,
because it's going to be tight.
yeah.
But it's definitely going to be some type of wall. It's not going to be earth.
So I think what we discussed at site still pertains in terms of getting the as-built from the builder, and then either using the same engineering corporation or another one to kind of work on your own site plan if you want to move forward to extend your lawn, because it's going to have to be an engineered wall.
Absolutely a building permit.
Yes.
And dollar signs are probably running through your head as quickly as they are through mine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'd focus off to the right side behind your house, if anything.
Mm-hmm. If I look at this, it looks like it's not as steep over here, but I don't buy that at all, based on,
Well, that's what the
Well, those
proposal was.
don't forget
yeah.
proposed.
Right,
That's
yeah,
not
that's
as
what-
built.
Yeah. I don't remember. We didn't walk. Did we walk over there?
no. At least,
Kinda-
no,
we kinda-
I didn't.
We kind of
Oh,
looked
we
over
looked,
there.
we
Yeah,
glanced.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I took a picture.
Huh.
Well,
Now, I know this isn't, if I remember the A&R plan, isn't there supposed to be a 5-foot thing right along here where they can build their fence? The property will be transferred? It's not on this plan, but I think that's what happens at that next 5 feet.
I think you're right.
And beyond that is open space.
who's putting the fence up?
The owner of the land.
Oh,
Because
that was
land,
part of the condition.
it's
Who sent us to
the so here, let's zoom out.
That was when we last looked at the conservation restriction, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I
Well-
didn't bring the map with me this time, but basically,
So they recently, what did they do? They didn't get an amendment.
They re-A&R.
They A&R'd this further. So they did not amend their
Really?
subdivision decision.
Correct.
Planning board just approved it through an A&R. So Dave George sent us the amended plan because the CR is not finished yet.
That's different.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they kind of, it took off a very small, like 0.03 or something
Right.
acres of open space, but it still kind of changed their decision in my eyes. But I'm trying to see if I can find
There it is.
Got it.
So that's the original A&R. I'll rotate this as soon as I get to the correct page. Rotate left. No, of course. No, that is okay.
Yes.
Wow. Occasionally I'm just shocked. So this is their property. The property we're talking about. Open space, open space, open space, and this whole stretch, this thin line of property is going to all be transferred. And it's not. Oh no, I'm in the right one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Who thought this was a good idea?
This.
Okay.
Because
Yes, to be conveyed to the Zircos.
So my comment to the planning board at that time was, if the conservation restriction had been recorded, which it should have been by now, it does not allow for the subdivision of that parcel,
Yeah.
Yes, we're still waiting for the
which
CR.
they did.
Yeah, because that was part of the original thing. There was a big issue on
Correct.
re-subdividing.
It's 0.1 acres, so like not earth-shattering, but
No, but I don't understand why you're taking pieces back out of this.
Oh, because because the open space, this fence, this line where a fence is intended to be put,
Yep.
divides this open space that will be transferred to the Zircos, and this open space, which will be transferred to the people up here. And this was on the original plan, only this is going to be transferred to these people, or I forget which.
so we now have to update the CR with the various different parcels and ownership.
Well, yeah, they do. Which I don't know what's happening. Every time I ask Clee, he says he's waiting for George to finish.
I
So
don't understand how this comes after approval. I don't understand how that comes after approval of subdivision.
approval of what?
The subdivision. To add this stuff after the fact takes space back out of what was approved for lines.
It's A&R, and they approved the modification in the A&R. So I mean,
Not
they planning
the-
board.
They did not approve a modification, they just approved an A&R period. No modification
Oh,
of the
okay.
subdivision decision.
We just
That's a
did
problem.
that, last week for Brittenell Estates too.
Yeah.
Just A&R'd some lots over there, not modifying subdivision.
So, irrespective of all that, I was
Mhm.
just
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that's
By the way, we should be expecting
Huh?
some paperwork for this fence, shouldn't we?
yeah.
Because
It's within.
if I go back to the other plan,
Are you confused yet? Because we are.
No, I'm following pretty well.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I deal with this all day long.
I know.
because right behind their silt fence is where that fence is going to go, which
Right.
right here, in fact, for this whole distance, it's entirely,
Right. So that just notify them before they do anything. They have to talk to us.
yeah. So, anyway,
Okay.
so back to the matter at hand.
She
which
needs
is-
she needs engineering done.
She needs engineering done. They need a good delineation.
Yep. We need an as-built, then they need.
Yeah, as built first.
Yeah. Okay.
Clear, Betsy?
Delineation's done, that was done in 2019, right? I think, so that would still
Sounds
be.
right. It's still
So it
a
would
valid
still be
one.
valid.
That's true. So,
Yeah.
but the flags, many as we saw, we didn't see as many flags as we expected
Yeah,
to
we
see.
spotted a couple, but that was
Right.
it.
Okay, and Betsy says thanks, everyone.
I'm sorry, we just took you down a whirlwind of
Little
an
rabbit
Oh, yeah.
adventure.
Yeah.
It's always down the rabbit hole,
Always
then
fun.
come back and we'll see what how we end up.
If we ever confuse you, just email Tamika. That's all I'll say.
Here's Melissa's home phone number. Please feel free to dial.
Seriously?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, did I
that's
say
good.
that out
It's
loud?
okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
done.
fine. It's
We
fine.
didn't say her actual number, so it's okay.
All
She blocked
right.
me.
Next, erosion controls for the water main replacement project. Please, begin, Scott.
Well, they're doing a water main on 56. I haven't seen a DEP number. I haven't seen anything. Silt fences are this far above the ground. Wattles are staked every 8 feet. I never saw anything for this. I know it's a town project, but there's a private contractor doing it. Yeah. I mean, you're going across the dam. You're in water.
So this isn't the one we have an order for?
No, that's the dam project.
Right, that's the right.
This is a
That's
totally different
that's
project.
the dam project.
That's a whole other thing, but I can't talk about that.
The one we have the order for, didn't we just see them? They just came in front of us recently, right?
Right, because they gave a small no, actually, I don't think it was even
Is that the one
I
that
think it was
got-
too small. It was de minimis because it was a very small change to
Yes.
the
Yeah.
spillway.
We
Yes.
ended up doing an amended because they couldn't find the original anyways.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
right.
And then they're supposed to submit a new NOI for any other work
Right.
Yeah.
up Palma Gusset.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a totally different
This
project.
This is a different
This is
project.
This is
unrelated
this
project.
is this is the new water main
Okay.
that the town is putting in. That
So I asked Joe. I actually caught him yesterday,
yeah.
and he sent email off to them, and this is the response. I don't know who RFS is. They must be the
That's the
people
contractor.
doing.
It's the same ones that did the project up here. Same company.
Not sure if they've completed their erosion controls. We'll have Nick check it out in the morning. And if they, I assume that's supposed to be match our plans installed properly and take some photos.
They're not. They're this far above the ground. They're all blown over already.
Well-
They put it in fast Friday.
For all you know, that's what their plans say.
Really?
Doesn't make them right, but
That
And
just
it might
made my
match the
eye
plans.
twitch.
Yeah.
So,
And don't
This-
do they still need a DEP number for this?
so is this a new water main, like it doesn't exist?
It's a
and
brand
stuff?
new water
Then
main.
yes, it does. If it was existing and they were replacing,
Replacement.
then,
This is a new one.
No, it's replacing the one that's there.
so if they're replacing and not enlarging, then it is
It is
exempt.
enlarging. It's a bigger pipe.
totally exempt.
It's a bigger pipe because they're getting rid of the one that goes through Devereux Woods.
So if they are enlarging, then it is not exempt. But if it is just replacing in kind, then it is.
Here, I'll be a good boy and have everybody see what I'm typing. I don't see how the heck I can make this bigger, and I apologize for that, but
They still can't do
Yeah, I mean there's a water main.
BBW impacts clearly,
Right.
but
I mean there's a water
I
main.
think,
So
I can find
I'm pretty amazed they're doing it now, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, you and me both. Winter's right around the corner.
And yeah, this is the same company that flooded all the basements uptown.
Mm-hmm. But it's
Yeah.
the best.
And I've never really started paperwork for any of this.
No.
With magic funding.
all right. So this email is about to go to Joe and the contact at this contact who sent the response we just read.
Yeah, because it's gonna need DEP numbers. I mean, even DCR is gonna have to know about it. I mean, you're on the dam. You're coming straight across it. You're in the water.
I see Jennifer McGinnis is online. I'd
Oh.
like to invite her in. Jen, are you aware of this project at all?
Do we have any voice?
She's speaking, but I can't hear her.
Uh-oh.
That's why we couldn't have Betsy.
Can we shut?
No, Betsy never came off mute.
Oh,
Will it help if we shut the door?
no, I think it's the
No, it's
speaker.
Oh,
So last time I screamed in. Oh,
Up, I heard something.
Nope.
Hey, Jen.
There you go.
Okay, success. So are you familiar with this project at all? The replacement of water main on Palma Gusset Road, which is Route 56?
It hasn't come by my desk yet, no.
Okay, so they may not have filed anything.
They didn't.
Who can do it? Never mind. I'm on the select board, so I can.
I live there, so I can't say anything either, but
So
I will.
All right, so I'm
Is-
gonna, obviously I'll start probing this now.
is any of the work in buffer zone?
They're going across the
they're going
dam.
across the
So
dam.
all
It's
the
all
work-
two. It's all
so all
two.
the
It's
work's
all
in buffer
two.
zone.
It's all 400 feet.
So one of the exemptions is, yeah, installation of underground utilities, water, within existing paved or unpaved roads,
Yeah.
provided that all work is conducted within the roadway and all trenches are closed at the completion of each workday. So if all
So
the work
hold
is
on.
in the road,
It's in the road.
then they would be exempt.
In the road proper?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put the erosion controls in
So-
properly.
That's a different story.
All right, so I'll tell you what, let me ask this question. Let me ask different questions instead. Let's start asking.
which one is that on
So under activities within buffer zone,
there?
and then
10 point what?
minor activities, let me find it right now. Or
Sorry.
1002 B 2
It'd probably be easier on your computer than this.
I.
Sure, we're not married.
There you go.
Ask my husband. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Now
So
for-
is the silt fence too high or the,
Silt fence is on top of the ground, and I have most of it blew over since Friday.
So if all the work's in the road, typically you wouldn't need a lot for erosion controls anyways.
You're on the dam. You have this far till you hit water.
till you're off the edge?
Alright.
I mean, that's
What's the silt fence installed in? Is it installed off the edge of the road?
it's in the dirt on the side,
It's okay.
sitting on top.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
like you can see every line of paint on the,
Okay.
and a lot of it blew off already.
Okay.
It's just kind of flopped out.
Not doing much.
No.
Not doing anything.
No. No.
And they have to reduce the potential for any adverse impacts to resources. I think it's backwards.
Yeah, just use your finger.
So they're supposed to basically trench and
They're trenching and filling
yeah.
the same day.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine, but I mean
yeah.
the whole road, but the dirt right now, because they started at miles, they're not paving every day, so
Okay.
it's
And that's-
open. It's open dirt.
And
Yeah,
that's only if they're strictly in buffer zone.
correct.
Which, is it riverfront?
Oh yeah, it's 2-400.
Oh, that'd
Then-
be different then.
It's
That's
two,
a resource area.
yeah, it's 2 to 400. I mean,
Which then-
Jennifer knows this. We all know this lovely area.
Yeah, that's different. That's not just buffer.
And then that's when I think it comes in with, if it's.
And you also think that the stakes are too far apart?
The
Wattles should be
the
fine.
the wattles are about 8 feet apart.
Oh, that's yeah. They should be.
They
like
just
4
do
feet.
this when the wind blows.
Do they stack the ends like this too?
Oh, they're above. They have they're nice
Come
little
on.
fishies.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's the other one?
Again, I get it, but you go really. It doesn't take any.
Yeah.
It doesn't take any more effort to put them in right.
Agreed.
Does that sound about right?
Yourself is not installed in a trench. Yeah, and the whole fact is that it's in riverfront. They probably need a DEP on it.
Yes, we are unfamiliar with any conservation filings and believe that this is not exempt due to it being within a resource area, aka.
Yeah, it's not an emergency repair. It's a project.
Say that again so I can take it this time.
Okay,
So it's a
I
great
can't
tip.
remember that long.
we
I'm sorry.
are not aware of any wetland filings that have been approved by
Or
the
actually,
commission.
or let's include DCR here.
Wetland or DC.
Permitting filings?
What?
Of any permitting filings. As
In a
Mm-hmm.
resource area, we would have expected to
This shit don't stink. This shit.
Is it under the front section? Is that what you're looking for?
Oh, maybe.
10.57.
I don't look at this every day of my life.
I can only claim like a couple times a week. Let me see if I can find it.
All right.
I got a PE though. I got a PE though.
Anything else to say on this?
I don't think so.
We'll keep it friendly this time.
How long are you gonna let them play with this? I mean, they're going X number of feet a day.
I mean,
That- Is Jennifer still on?
Yes.
Ask her what she wants to do about it. I mean, it affects her.
You can ask her.
I know, but it's Jennifer. It's just
afraid of
one-
me?
Hi, Jennifer.
Exactly. Exactly.
Still afraid of you,
Motion
Jennifer.
carried.
No.
I'm just taking notes of where this is for the water line on Palma Gusset. That's what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound familiar. The only thing I was aware of is MassDOT was doing the dam, the Horseshoe Dam,
Yep.
at Molten Pond in the roadway, but I was not familiar with the new.
Yes, the town is slamming a brand new water main in right now as we speak.
That I was not aware of.
Yeah, and they've
So
they've already started. So it's probably worth a ride, Jennifer. You won't like it.
Okay, I will look at it tomorrow.
Cool.
Oh, happy days.
Certain things amaze me. That's one of them.
I couldn't tell.
All right.
Never forgetting my computer again, just so you know.
So these technical, well, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm just leaving on. All right. So we're gonna be able to see.
Yep.
We'll see what happy things. So do you know who's actually in charge of this project? Is it the town?
It's a town project, but they hired a
Yes.
contractor to do it.
Right. Okay.
Yes, it is the town.
Right.
It's the highway superintendent is in charge.
Okay.
Right.
He bid it out to this operation that's there. They were low bid. And they got it.
The email.
Mhm.
I saw. I forget what the name was on the email, but was that from the engineering company that did the plans?
No.
Yeah. Was it Weston and Sampson?
Yeah.
No, it was not.
No.
Just a second. I'll pull it back up
Well,
again.
it's probably would be Weston Sampson. That's what we use for everybody else.
For engineering it, but
Right. Yeah. Engineering would be Weston Sampson. That's what the town uses for everything.
Okay.
Is that
Yes,
is that-
Tara
is that
McNamara.
hard?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, there's the big Weston and Sampson logo right below her name.
Right.
Here, I'll pull it up again so everybody can see, and then I'll do.
Yeah.
Is it, oh, there's Grace.
And that's who you responded to, too?
Yes, she was CC'd on it,
Okay.
as was Tim Maroney.
Town of Rutland.
That's not a name I know.
Skip, who's Tim Maroney?
I have no clue.
Okay.
No clue.
New water guy? I don't.
Oh, he might be. He
Might
might
be.
be one of the new ones. They got everybody's new on there. I don't
Yeah.
even know who's on the water.
Chief
Sewer,
Water
and-
Operator, Town of Rutland.
Oh.
Okay.
According to LinkedIn. Google number one.
Over there.
And Scott Nicholson. Oh, okay, he's the sub. No, WSC, that's Weston and Sampson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stephanie Collins. Also at Weston and
Yeah.
Sampson.
I mean, again, it's all good. It's going to happen, but it's got to happen
I'm just
properly.
with the engineering company involved. I'm just surprised somebody didn't flag it.
I think it's because they're slamming it in.
Could be.
They didn't have time, so we.
Slamming it?
Well, we don't dig a road up now.
You want to try?
Oh, they do it. Just obviously. Okay.
All right, anything else on this?
No,
Isn't that enough?
I'll sleep better.
I'll keep it on for next time.
It'll be touched before then, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
It has to be.
So 165 Cannon Road.
I'm looking for your plus.
Well, I was getting ready to give it to you when I said there's a 3-page affidavit I haven't read yet. Have you sent that to me separately?
Yeah, it's in the Google Drive.
Is
Both the
it?
application and the affidavit.
It looks almost the same. That's probably why.
Yeah. It's a lot of the same information.
Application for administrative. Oh, there's the affidavit. That's the one I haven't read. I meant to read that before we got to the meeting. My.
Very official.
And you signed it, Peter?
I haven't signed anything yet. I'm just reading it.
For your approval.
But I figure if I take 3 pages, 5 minutes to read it, we can get it done today.
Okay.
This can't be done electronically though, right? So I can
Yeah,
I
'cause
can
it
print
has
it
to
in the
be-
other room after the meeting.
But Anita has to notarize it.
She knows my signature.
Okay, if she's fine with that.
Well,
I probably can't memorize something.
Are you a notary?
Also,
You fancy.
I obtained, so I reached out to Glenn Kowalski and Christopher Lucas. Glenn was going to get me a quote, and I have not heard back from him, but Christopher Lucas did get us a quote, because at the last
Yep.
meeting, they wanted to bring wetland scientists. So I did put Chris Lucas's quote in the Google Drive as
yeah,
well.
that's coming up shortly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it does state on one of these documents that the site has to be visited within 7 days of this being issued. So I did kind of give them a heads up that it would be like a,
Yeah, I
like a
told
slack
It'd
time.
be going
Yeah.
quick,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, Chris asked. He called me and asked what the timeline would be. I'm like, well, I don't know how long it would take to get this, but then we have 7 days. Oh,
That's why I want to get over to town council, because I don't know how long it's
yeah.
Right.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. I will make sure I can find time to get to Anita tomorrow.
Okay, that would be great.
Oh my gosh. 10.04 agricultural B12 conservation agent shows probably soil compaction. That should be
Oops,
probable.
probable.
That's 100% my typo.
Oh, you did this?
I did.
So, right here, it says probably when it should say probable.
Oh, okay.
And there should be a period at the end of this one. Or there shall be semicolons, but let's not
Yeah.
go there right now.
I'm assuming town council would take one final look at this,
Yeah.
or is this done?
I was doing,
Okay.
yeah, no, I was, they would. And I do, they also, when you're reading through it, says references to the deed and the property
Mhm.
part. I have all of those things available as well.
By the way, I mentioned this briefly
Mhm.
to the chair of the Board of Health who's out there
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
and-
Scott said he's coming.
And, yeah, and between him and the health agent, at least one of them will come when we go. Okay. And yes. I'm good with this.
I am too. It's your head.
Exactly, so what do you care?
Go ahead, sign it away.
Right, because this is in fact the application form, which I've already read through and I didn't.
Right.
But it's on the Google Drive for anybody else who wants to read
Yeah.
it. So yes, we will.
Peter, I'll make those couple of changes and then I'll send you that revised copy that you can print and sign.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so now let's talk about an engineer. So I assume this would have to come out of purchase services?
I don't know how much money we have in that account. I wasn't sure if it would come out of the WPA account, if that's allowable, or if it would have to come out of.
Well, now that's a fair question. Could it come straight out of
It could.
WPA?
Yeah.
Okay, because it is enforcement.
Yep.
That's true. This is, yes, so we need to get the right account number.
Yeah, I'd have to get that from Becky.
But yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's where it should come out of.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly
Because
right.
unfortunately we can't use it for anything else. So.
Yeah,
Well, you can.
near enough.
Right.
Is that what we paid to make out?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
pay,
And we have enough to.
starting this year, we pay everything out of that account.
Yep.
Shh, don't say it out loud.
I didn't say anything.
Just thought it.
I didn't think a thing. My brain is empty.
I'm not sure if we want to take action on this today or not, but this is the quote from Lucas. Again, I don't know who's read it and who hasn't.
I did not.
I took
It's
a look
basically
at
just 120 an hour, right? I
Right.
think I
Yeah.
just saw quickly.
it. Up to 8 hours.
That sounds reasonable.
Letter summarizing the site
It's-
walk.
Yeah,
That's
so.
that's very
it's-
reasonable, especially on a short notice.
Yeah.
That should be he should be included on our warrant. Not necessarily Chris Lucas.
They did. We did.
Okay, I
Yep.
didn't
And any
notice that.
representatives.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what we changed last time.
Yeah, that's beyond reasonable.
So he included a kind of a rough delineation, but
Mhm.
not like a formal
Yeah, that's fine.
delineation, not flagging it, which I think is fine.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He
Yeah.
did ask, and it was my understanding that you guys didn't necessarily need it delineated.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
it
we
was
do.
more about the
No.
soil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more the boring.
It's more
Yeah.
just the identification. Is there a wetland here or not?
Yes.
Yep.
So it'll basically just be his mileage on top of this and
Right.
travel time from Quincy.
Do we need more estimates?
I don't believe they're required to.
No? Okay.
It's under
Right
10
now,
grand.
Okay, good.
Like I said, I had spoken to Glenn.
Go back down, Peter. Go back up a second.
Went over and I emailed him and then.
What,
I
to
never
the
heard
knot?
from him.
Or
Yeah,
above that?
on the knot.
I know a
On-site soil
couple of
testing is
local
not included.
wetland scientists
Isn't that boring?
That I'm sure they'd be happy to provide one.
Ironically,
No,
he
we don't
included
need
it,
one
I
then.
think, on
Yeah.
that.
It's
I-
fine.
above,
I-
so we can ask
It
him.
depends on how you define soil testing, because if that includes the laboratory testing, it's not included.
That's fine.
But on-site, I do not believe that
Yeah.
on-site soil testing includes the boring and the examination and the
Right.
scale
It-
comparison.
Right.
I
No,
don't believe that.
it's
at all.
just the.
It's
just the
pull it out,
on-site
look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I believe that
Soil
that's,
testing
still-
is
Because
like
that's going to be
chemicals.
that's
He'll-
going to be the key.
He'll probably bring his hand auger, auger
Right.
down and pull some
Yes.
soil out.
ain't better, we don't have one.
No, yeah, I'm sure Chris does.
Right. Okay.
He's not gonna review with MHC? Sheesh. So what is the commission's pleasure on this? Do we want to award this, or do we wanna wait for a second quote?
I would award it. That's very reasonable.
And we've certainly worked with him before.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Do we award it now before you sign, get the affidavit notarized and all that?
Well, just so he
Yeah,
knows,
we-
because we only
we
have
can-
7 days,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
he knows
we
it's
can
coming.
approve it now.
Yeah, okay.
And just not,
You're almost telling him
I mean, until he
You're not gonna-
until he actually comes out and does something,
you're not paying him.
we don't
Yeah.
own
Right.
it.
But you're kind of
Yeah.
putting him on a free retainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to let him
That makes
know that
sense. Yeah.
we're going to need you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes. And
So-
I guess as a disclosure, I work with him in Southborough, so if you guys are okay with me voting, but I have no say on whether he gets hired or fired in that town either.
Yeah, just don't vote on that. But yeah, I say we retain him.
Okay with that.
motion?
I'll make a motion to retain Lucas Environmental.
Lucas Environmental,
I
yeah.
would say.
Second,
For a cost not to exceed,
2200.
2200.
oh, no, let's add more because
Oh, the mileage.
mileage and stuff, and if it's a couple hours longer, So I'd rather
Just go to
3,000?
Go
do
to
a
3.
maximum
Go to
of
3.
3,000.
Yeah.
Reimbursable expenses are included in this fee.
Melissa's gonna bring him. She'll drive him. Save some money.
This is Quincy. I'm not driving him.
Said
doesn't live in
you,
Quincy, he
you,
lives
you
in
said you'd do anything for this
Oh,
board.
he'll already
Would
be
I?
out
When
here.
did I say that? Wait. This is a serious accusation.
Look, he will already be here for something to do with Clee.
He did tell me he called Clee just to make sure it wasn't some long lost family member.
Okay, we have a motion.
Pete second. Skip second.
Skip seconded.
Yeah. Clock eye. Clock eye.
Roll call, yeah.
Gentilucci, aye.
Dan's abstain.
Crane, sure.
What the heck?
All right. I think the only other piece that we need to, when we send this off to legal, we need to ask them a question that I haven't gotten to, which is when the warrant, assuming the warrant is approved by the courts, how long do we have to serve?
Okay.
Because we need, if we need to get Jen, the Board of Health, us, enough of us. I
Right.
just want to make sure that we have time to coordinate and show up and not have to do it in 36 hours or something silly.
Well,
And
you said
assuming
7
you-
days, right?
7 days.
I thought it was
Yeah,
7.
we said
Yeah.
it.
7 days. But that's 7 days from warrant issue.
Right, it says in there that it's
Yeah.
7 days from the date that the warrant is issued.
Oh, okay.
You have to visit the site.
Right.
Once the judge stamps the paper.
It,
So-
it
so
must,
the whole
it must be
question is
7
how long
working
will that
days
take?
too, right?
I don't know if it said.
I would
it
bet
says
you
days
7.
or calendar days.
Well, can we ask legal that so we know?
It says in the document if you want to.
Okay.
Just pull it
Which
up.
one?
I think it's in the. I
'Cause that's
don't remember if it's
important.
The
application or
let me guess. I've already
Calendar
closed the
versus plus if you
application.
have a couple of holidays in here that bounce, you don't want to default.
I assume we'd also have police with us.
Why?
Yes,
I
we,
would think
You're not-
yes,
you're not-
we absolutely will be bringing an
You're
officer
not coming
with us.
packing? Just bring a stick.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is.
Apparently I do anything for this board.
7 days. Doesn't
Remember, I
show.
never forget
So
anything.
I would assume it's calendar days. I
When
assume
you
we
get
have
hit with the
exactly
stick.
1 week to serve.
That sounds about right.
No, when did I say I would do anything for this board though? Really? When I was hit by that stick?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on.
I got a concussion.
Okay, number 4. This is extremely vague to me because to 7 days apply to the number of days after the inspection or the
From the
appro-
date of the issuance of this warrant.
Yeah.
Right, so, no, but my question is, in 7 days, are we obligated to visit the site and prepare the report and return it to the court?
No. 7 days to visit the site.
That's not what it says.
That's exactly my problem, that is
That's
not
not
what
what it
that
says.
says.
Inspection has been completed no later than 7 days from the date.
It sounds like
In
you've
a
got to.
form attached there too, a prompt return will be made to the court in a form attached here, so there will be a form showing that the inspection is completed. Okay, no,
Yeah,
okay, so
that form doesn't need to be in within 7
Yeah.
days, but it should be
It needs to be
promptly
returned
returned
promptly. Yeah.
Right.
to show that we did it
Okay.
within 7 days.
But the inspection is visiting the site and
Yeah.
bringing
Chris
about
doing all of
scientists.
his magic.
Yeah, exactly. Taking a look at and as long as that is done
Yeah,
within
it
7
just
days.
says prompt. They don't specify what prompt means.
Right.
So
Right.
we would assume it's a
Prompt is
reasonable
yesterday.
timeframe.
That's yesterday.
Used to be.
Well, to a procrastinator prompt is like next month, right?
yeah, I'll get to it soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It hates my definition of the word soon.
All right, anything else on 165 Cannon?
So we got to pay for the police officer, or he's going to be free to us?
It's my understanding that that is a service the police chief will provide to us.
Are you sure now?
Well, that's nicely.
We will double check.
Even in the worst case, we'll pay for
It's
him out of the
$50 an
WPA
hour.
fund.
50, 75 bucks an hour, whatever their off-duty stuff is. Ridiculous.
We'll get a body.
What?
We'll
Get
get
a
a body.
body. Doesn't need to be a live body apparently, but we'll get a body.
All right.
Ralph Anderson.
I
Please do.
Correspondence.
It's not on the agenda? I don't know, Tamika.
It is not on the agenda, but I'm going to categorize it as correspondence.
Okay.
She's
I
resigning.
uploaded no.
Stop! Stop!
Sad.
You won't get out of this building.
No.
No. I uploaded an email to the drive this afternoon.
Actually, hold on one second. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was very frightened when I heard that Anita knew who she wanted for the town clerk, for an internal candidate. And she very quickly followed it up with, "Don't worry, it's not Tamika, though I'd love to have her."
It's not me. Well, I am curious to know who the person was, but.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please continue.
I uploaded an email to the drive late this afternoon. We received an email from residents at 2 Anthony Drive.
Yes, I've seen 2 Anthony right there.
Yep, so I just dropped it in there.
I run along the edge of my yard in a larger area of swamp. Nice land behind the house. We'll pull up the gist in just a minute. Seems to be getting larger. Yep, wetlands change. So, let me do what I said I was going to do, which is to...
I did reply back to her and asked if she would be open to you guys just stopping by at any time. She said she would prefer it be a scheduled sidewalk when she's home so that she can ask questions.
Just me.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to ask, because you guys are talking about, okay, why are we
I'm
here?
wondering why these people were willing to sit through and not talk about anything.
For our wonderful personalities.
That's it. We are that charming.
So sorry for you. It's okay.
We need a member.
Yeah, there's a big.
We need a they could say we need a
My
member.
boss is actually the chair of Westminster, so I know all about this stuff. I hear about it all day long.
All right. So then you can actually help us understand. Let me zoom out just a little bit to get a little better context. Oh yeah, look at the stream right there.
Well, doesn't go like that anymore.
Well, again, this is
Yeah, it's all.
so interesting. I find that really interesting that there's a marked stream, but there are no wetlands.
Oh boy. That's
Don't
all I
walk
need to
through
hear,
my
thank you.
wetlands.
I'm bringing
Well-
in my dump trucks full of fill.
I should say DEP did not identify through their photographic aerial magic that there are wetlands here.
Well, they sure do look like wetlands to me. I don't know if they're technically wetlands, but
DEP has on Mass GIS, they have it as a wetland linear feature. So my guess is that it's probably just bank and not BVW.
Interesting. Okay.
How long you been there?
I've been there 3 years.
Let me just
Significantly
do the
wetter?
overlay.
Significantly.
The previous
Yes.
owner, who's friends of ours,
I'm sorry.
used to
I
keep
think
their
it's right
boats.
here.
You know, don't you?
You know them?
Used to keep their boat right there in the back, and their
In the camper. And
Right.
Yeah, you can't walk
you could
right
walk
there.
around back there. And in 2019, I actually had a birthday party there and no problems.
I mean, this is the wettest year we've had.
It
I'm
is.
not making any excuse.
Nobody, yep.
My
And the-
basement, I had like this much water one time.
In that basement?
Yeah.
In my basement,
It's
yes.
basically a walkout.
It is a
It is
walkout.
walkout.
Oh, that's.
Or I should say, used to be a wading pool.
So
I thought about it.
the state came by
Yep.
today. I don't know if you guys saw them, if you're going 122 at all.
We
They
do.
did the
We do
culvert.
work. We do
Culvert,
work.
They own that part, they said, and they sucked out a bunch of stuff, and the water level did drop about 4
It did
inches.
drop a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
But the stream, the change of the stream, now kind of, it used to kind of kick out and then go to the culvert.
Yep.
Now kind of just runs right across and goes to the culvert. So it kind of, I know they changed.
Where is the culvert?
The culvert is right there,
At the
right at the corner of the, right at the corner.
122A.
Yeah, right, just north of the intersection.
Oh,
Right
okay.
here.
Yeah.
This one and right over here.
So it
It's right
goes right there.
Yeah, and they dug all that out today, which did help the water level in the stream itself go down. I don't know what it did to the,
It would
Do you know if it flows, does it flow east or west?
It would be flowing whatever direction. it
Flows
goes.
across.
So
Flows
it's flowing,
towards-
flowing to the right side.
Yeah.
Flows towards Greg.
Relatively speaking, that's upland. That's what.
So if that culvert was clogged up with sediment, that would definitely cause a backup on
And
your
it would
side.
take time.
Yes.
for
It takes a
to-
long time to drain
Yeah.
that water
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Right, because
Oh.
this whole area is filled in.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
So it's
the
got to get
stream-
water out of that whole area.
The stream comes from the top of Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
all the way
Yeah, it comes out
down.
that whole.
Oh, interesting, okay.
Yeah, I would give it, I mean, sometimes it does take a long time for it to equilibrize again.
Reach equilibrium.
So it'll still be swampy in back, probably throughout the winter, just because of the rain that we've had. I mean, just
Yeah.
last week we got almost 3 inches
And nothing growing.
and nothing growing. But I would think if they cleaned out a bunch of stuff and you saw kind of the automatic drop,
Yes, we saw.
If it dropped that much that fast just
I
by cleaning it,
understood you.
it's
Yeah.
gonna.
I look at it every day, and I go, boy, I just wanted, I mean, I just like, look at it,
yeah.
I don't know what to do.
So, well,
No.
you gotta
Start calling people.
let's start the
Yeah.
source and see what we can do.
So I just wanted to make sure it was nothing we could do. Or
I-
something you guys need to walk
Honestly, I
around and
don't know
see.
that there's a lot you can do.
Well, I mean,
Is there any drainage along this road, or I mean, along either road that feeds into this culvert, or is
Yes.
that whole hill behind us, that
Yeah.
whole, all the,
Yep.
there's
This
nothing, all that
whole-
whole, everything drains down to that,
To that culvert.
to this corner.
it right?
So even like the
I think Blair owns a lot that they do
the
a lot of
lot
screen
with the
and loom.
construction there with the
Mm.
screen loom and
Yep.
everything, that hill is right there.
Yep.
And then it's all wetlands,
Right.
Well, I don't know. if
which,
it's a
well,
wetland,
it
it's just
isn't
swamp.
technically wetlands, but it's a
It's
swamp.
It's
wetland, it's
It is
close
very
enough.
wet.
It's
Right.
definitely wetland.
And it's becoming wetter.
So, good for you for getting DPW or whoever to
State.
clean that culvert, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's going to have a lot to
Smart.
do with keeping you healthy. I think, I mean, just a quick glance suggests to me that I mean, like you said, everything runs here, so your property is effectively part of the waterway, part of the water's route from here to the culvert.
Yes, and that, like I said, for the last 2.5 years, though, like, but the rain this year has been crazy.
And, and I kind of said, okay, you know, I'm gonna give it the rain and blah, 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 but then when it, I
It
mean,
flooded the
I-
cellar, and then it
Right.
didn't reduce at all over the last, we haven't had that much rain, the other day we got rain. but
Yeah.
Right.
There was a few weeks there.
Yeah, we're
where
gonna
we
get a
didn't
couple more days
It
too.
didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
The
it
wa-
didn't
the
drain,
water
it didn't
table all
go
over
down at all,
Worcester
like
County
this up
is
wrong.
crazy high.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is one of those, revisit it back in the spring.
Wanna do that?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the other, I'm just sort of spitballing. I'm not an engineer, I'm just thinking about stuff, so I don't know how much work and how much value there would be in putting in some sort of French drain, subsurface French drain.
I've already thought about that, I've already thought about putting in something to, that's what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Your biggest problem's gonna be tying it into the state drain. As
Yes.
far as,
Well,
as far as getting it to go there.
So
Right.
is there actually
There's a-
some form
there's a
of
pipe.
I would have to
depression
put a pump
along
in.
the road
Huh?
where
I'd
the
have
water
to sink
runs?
something and let it drain to that and then pump it out to the other side,
Yeah.
out to the culvert itself.
I would, considering it's been dry for so long and stuff that he used to put back there with no problem,
No,
Right.
give it till spring.
Give it to
See,
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
see if it, once stuff starts growing again, see what happens.
And
Right.
later spring, after snow melt, because you're
Yeah,
gonna have
yeah.
that
Well,
initial
once
rise.
the snow
Yep.
has a
Right.
chance to.
Right.
Everything starts, yeah,
But
May,
yeah,
June.
I think
Right.
that culvert cleaning should hopefully, that's a big thing if the
a
state
big
came
plus.
out, so good, nice
Yeah.
job on your part.
How's the culvert look on?
On
On the other side,
corner
is-
of
is it-
Grizzly
That's where the
Road,
problem was.
that's where I
Okay.
thought the problem was,
That's-
that's where they cleaned a lot of it
Okay.
up.
Okay,
In
Is-
fact, I talked to the
How-
supervisor
how big is it?
today and,
How big is the pipe? Do you
It's,
know?
2 foot,
Okay.
Okay,
bigger, it's a good sized pipe.
okay.
On the right side of 122A,
Mhm.
is that culvert submerged in that wetland, or is
Yes.
it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
I
that,
talked
that
to
comes
him
back
today.
across the other side, so you're doing this
Yeah.
on a year like this, you're actually coming back and forth that
Yeah.
road.
they were actually cutting trees out.
Yeah,
Out of the culvert,
yeah, they have a lot of that because that stuff is not maintained.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
And you just happen to
Everything grows.
be there for the wrong 3 years.
Lucky.
But I would think that would leave a lot of it.
and don't be afraid to call them if you feel like it is backing up more, to have them keep coming out and cleaning it.
Okay,
Yeah,
They were really good. I mean,
Yeah.
That's
they
right,
had a
the
lot
big
of junk
they
out
answered
of
a lot of
there.
questions, they're the ones who said to get a hold of you guys too,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
and like I say, come back in the spring, and if there is something, we can look at it, and if we think, if, you know, it's one of those, if it's gonna help for you to put a French drain over so it goes to the side,
Yep.
Versus.
we're probably not, you know, we'll work with you on it.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Unless something comes up this winter, obviously, you know,
Nope.
let us know. But
Nope.
Then just call Melissa. Here's her number.
Isn't there a number on the website as the primary contact?
is it? I have not. I haven't gotten any calls about it. So.
Because there was flooring in the basement, it's no longer there. If
Yeah,
you
it
look
was-
in my backyard, everything that was in the basement is now outside waiting for my sons to come take it away.
Yay.
Yeah.
No good.
That culvert should do it, but if not,
Yeah, if that dropped 4 inches in a day, you'll be amazed what a couple weeks does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
With
yeah.
no rain.
Even with the rain.
Yeah.
The rain right now for that's
What I'm
not.
afraid is because the stream got so close to the backyard that actually
Yeah.
it started washing away the backyard.
Washing away in the
Yeah.
backyard.
So that's why I'm
But-
afraid the stream
Yeah.
is
but-
now gonna be in the backyard.
But did the stream get wider?
It didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
See, if it got wider, that's just backup.
that's just yeah.
That's backup. It should go back to where it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if it's an actual, I mean, that's one of those. Talk to us in the
Now-
spring. If there's actually a bank on the side of the stream, you're gonna see where. I mean, it might not be much,
There isn't much of a bank. It's like that much of a
Yeah.
bank
Yeah.
right now.
but it should go back there.
Right. I'll keep an eye on
And
it.
it's been that way since. I mean, those were what year were those, Skip?
The house built in
61.
61.
Right. So I
You're the
mean,
second one.
right. So you think about it. It's had a problem now.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean, stuff does move.
It
Well,
does.
the house itself,
So this has to be the crown of the hill right here.
it's always
Yes.
been wet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what is this?
That's a road. That's a paper road.
Oh, awesome.
Imagine that.
We don't have those.
We have plenty of those.
No. We
Oh,
just have
yes.
murder houses.
Yes.
2, right?
2 or 3.
So is that top of it? It is. So that's, you can see how everything just kind of flows right
Yeah,
down.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that's why I
It's a
brought
big
that up.
watershed.
I
that
appreciate
drains
that.
down
I
to
couldn't
that
find one
culvert.
online.
And we have the catch basin.
So, but if they keep that culvert clean, it should keep it.
It
Right.
should
Yes.
get a lot
Should
more
help
water off
significantly,
your
yeah.
property.
Now the appropriate
Yeah.
volume can go through.
Was it MassDOT came out to clean it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they happen to say how clogged it was with sediment? Like
They said it was very clogged.
50% blocked, 75%
They didn't give me
When
blocked?
I,
percentage.
when I crawled down there and looked, I would say that was 50% of
But
it.
he
That's,
said the other side
Was worse.
Was
And I was looking at
was
our side.
almost completely clogged.
Oh, okay.
And they did both.
Yep.
They cleaned
Yeah,
both.
That's good.
Okay.
They did, and they cut
So-
stuff down, and they had this huge sucker thing that
yeah.
a lot of
pulled
gunk
it all
away.
out.
And
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. So if its capacity was that compromised,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised you saw a backup of water on your property because it couldn't get through.
Because it had nowhere to
It had
go.
nowhere to
Right,
go,
it was
and it's
I
just
came
down
gonna
there
it's
with
just
a
gonna
shovel
pond
trying to
until it can make
push
its
it
way
through.
through.
It was just a giant pump.
it wouldn't
Yeah,
go
it's like
anywhere.
going
It's only
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
much a
get-
broomstick can do.
Yeah. Well, 24-inch pipe. That's
That's a
if,
lot.
If
I mean,
it's flowing full,
think-
that's a lot
yeah.
of capacity.
Well, there's no one on the other side.
Yeah, it's just.
So.
But just
Awesome.
yeah,
Yep.
one big storm just gets enough branches in there where it just
Yeah.
clogs it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Does happen.
Come visit us in the
So
spring.
I,
That's a problem.
so I do wonder if there's something they can do at their end to prevent all the sticks from getting down there in a way that doesn't.
That was-
It's hard to do that without impeding the water.
Exactly.
the other question I did have is there's a bunch of fallen limbs. Am I allowed to take those out?
No.
How's that?
Where are the
In the
fallen ones?
stream.
But by the
They're
culvert.
actually laying it like half on the back
Half
lawn.
on, half in the back
And
lawn.
they like lay across, but they're in the water. So.
Yeah.
If they're laying on your property, you pull them out.
They were
Yep.
on our property.
Yes.
So we
They're
pull
on
them
our
out.
Yes.
I don't care what these guys say.
Yes.
They're on my property, I'm getting rid of them.
Yes.
They are on our
That's the issue
property.
with that.
Yes.
Actually,
Just don't go in the
Okay,
stream.
so Skip's putting his ass in the line for that
That's
one.
right.
I
I
go-
will. I'll
yeah.
be right up
Answer
there.
your question.
First
Sometimes
thing-
you'll install
I'll come down and
grates,
help you.
Yeah.
Alright.
like on
Wanna
the
bring a
opening of the
tractor too?
culvert, head
I was
wall.
gonna say, could I just
Don't
get my
have to-
backhoe and I'll just.
You
No,
have
don't
to
do
concentrate.
that. That's where you're gonna get in trouble.
Because that the grades can
Don't
go.
go-
I'm gonna go rent a mini.
Right.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
go
easier.
somewhere
Well, I think that's the whole
Take
point
this
is to
thing out
clog the
myself.
grate.
grate,
so you
So
can-
you
Right on
can
Main
get
Street.
out.
Yeah. So
That's
that
what
I'll give you
that's what I was
I give you
Probably
30
have
minutes
to-
before a phone
after
call.
the
Say
sell-
mass
sell it
dot
for,
actually
that's where I was
install it
at,
if it's
though.
probably
That's it.
So I don't know how easy that is,
My boss wouldn't let me bring the backhoe.
but that would be.
But I actually had sent an email off to Joe Buckley, and he's the one that forwarded it off to the state.
Oh,
And
okay.
within a week.
The state around here does pretty good with
Within a
that.
week
They
were
respond pretty
there,
well.
and So kudos to him. He
Yeah.
did.
That's great.
Well, the garage is just down the street.
Right.
All
Okay.
right.
Cool.
So our best suggestion today is
Wait for spring,
wait,
Yeah.
monitor,
Move your sticks.
move the sticks.
Yep.
Move your sticks. Sticks.
and keep your eye on stuff going into that culvert,
Into that
because
hole,
whatever
into
goes
that.
in is.
Make sure it comes out the other side, at least.
Well, as you saw, not always.
Yeah.
Well, I think with, like you said, with all the rain we've had and all the sediment coming down, I think it just was too much for it.
And it probably hasn't been maintained in years.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I bet
probably
they have it
years
over
and
time, it just
years
collects.
of buildup.
Right, right.
Yeah, especially if they're taking trees out of there, it's just probably never ever been cleaned.
No, probably.
Yeah, they were there for quite a while.
Mm.
Quite a while.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I
Right.
hate to
Good.
say good,
Good.
yeah, but
I mean,
No, it's
good.
great.
They did the
Work at
job.
it.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I went out there too, and I was, you know.
Were you playing Angry Homeowner?
She plays sweet.
No, I was playing. Please inform me of this stuff in
Yeah.
homeowner.
That's fair.
That's a good tact.
Yes. Yes. No, I was not angry.
I'm easily angry. Doesn't help anybody do anything.
Thank you. Where did you find them?
They were on the floor. Someone put them aside thinking they were somebody who came through the clinic, and I said, that looks keys.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay, now I'm not a dead man anymore.
All right,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anything, just let us know.
Thank you for
Yep.
listening
I will.
to our.
But
To our
you
whole
show.
meeting virtually.
That's all right.
But
Don't
you
you
should
run away. We're
consider,
about to talk regulations and bylaws. How
You
exciting!
should
I
run.
gotta go.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
So-
Bye.
yeah, you should consider getting on this board though. Wouldn't hurt.
For a good time.
I don't
Yeah.
have time.
We try to have a good time here.
Neither
I
do
don't, I
we.
don't have time.
We don't either.
Doesn't stop us from not doing our job.
Yeah.
Wow, 24 inch pipe.
Okay.
That's a lot of pipe.
At this pause in the action, I'll just ask Jen, do you have anything else for us? Since we've talked, we will give you notice as soon as we get clearance for the administrative warrant for 165. Canon. Is there anything?
No, I don't have anything. We were concerned about the deck. I guess the 3-season room in the deck. It was like the first thing you guys talked about.
On Bernard Drive.
Yeah, because they didn't file anything with us either, and we weren't sure what that project was, just that it was work in the 200 foot, so. But now I know, so we can follow up with that. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Leah, I see you're out there. Do you have any questions or comments, or you're just gonna lurk today?
Just
I have
for
nothing.
entertainment.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did we ever hear anything back from that guy in Prescott who also had the water issues?
Oh, the foreclosure house?
No.
No, it was on the other side. He had like a pond behind
It's
his
the
house,
pond
basically.
behind Prescott. It was
Oh.
really creeping.
No, I never heard anything back from him after that.
Would you maybe reach out to him to see if it's
Yeah, I'll have to
I'm
remember
trying to
his
think, yeah.
name.
What, you
I
you
think
talking
it
the
was
one with
before,
we?
The
I
one.
went out there
Yes.
Yeah.
we've-
and it has like the dam and the waterfall and there's just so much debris over the outlet. I think if they just slowly pulled that back.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of on Prescott. The one I was thinking of on Prescott
Yeah.
was where we did
Trees in
the
swamp.
trees were we've never gotten a planting list.
Yeah, that's when I always
Oh,
thought. you
that
were
one.
talking
Yeah.
about.
I don't even
Yeah.
remember that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, is that the
you
ranch
do.
house
Yes.
Yes.
with the camper?
Yes,
Yeah.
where they
Did-
where they were cutting down trees in the wetlands.
Her name was
Yeah.
Mary.
Mary, yes,
Did an
Mary's.
enforcement order and a cease and desist.
Oh yeah.
No.
Wow.
That was it was actually Bill Cannon that brought it to our
Yes.
attention.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
he used to have to drive by it. I used to drive by it and drop kids off when I was on the board, and I went, what the?
Mary.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
the one I thought
It's
of.
coming
Mary
back
says
to me.
Down on the
Must
right,
have
they're
been
they're
something
right next
Moody.
to that pond.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the
Okay.
Beaver Dam on Schultz's
No,
property
not that
won't
one,
let
but
him
the other
fucking
one. It
Well,
was just the
take it
homeowner
down
that was
and
concerned because the
drop
water
it
was
at least
rising.
2 inches.
I want to say it was like 40 Prescott Street.
Or 35.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
40.
There. Okay, so it was somewhere around there. I just don't remember his name. I'll have to go back and see.
That's being flooded by Beaver Dam,
Yeah.
and somebody won't allow you to go on their property and remove it, or drop it down a little bit.
Right. Because it just looks like pull a couple sticks and that thing would go.
Yeah.
Speaking of beaver dams, we've never gotten an update from Noble Hill and the Beaver Dam removal, and if the waters receded enough. All we know is that we gave the permission to remove the dam slowly and carefully.
Didn't wash out any roads, so I guess he's all set.
Well,
Can't be that
that's a
bad.
good sign, right?
Yeah, they did that a couple of years ago too over there.
No, this is much more
No,
recent.
this is
Yeah.
further up the
It
hill.
did come up recently.
It was like this summer, the other one. on
Yeah, it
Prescott,
was very,
right?
it was very.
35 Prescott,
It is 35.
35.
Adam
Oh, off the side of the
McIntyre.
road, okay.
May 19th. I sent you something.
You said Adam McIntyre?
Adam McIntyre.
Alright, I'll search my emails and reach out to him.
MCINTIRE.
He was the one who said the water level was
Yeah.
coming up? Okay.
Yep. And I think Board of Health went out.
Yeah, I think you're right. 'Cause
Yeah.
we did go out there.
May 19th was the email from him.
Okay.
But what do you do if it's affecting your septic system and it's on somebody else's property? The Beaver Dam, there's not too much you can do about it, is there?
Well, I wonder if the Board of Health can make some enforcement action.
Yeah. I
They
would think
tried.
that.
Really? Oh,
Because I know whose property it's on, and they
no.
don't want to let it drain it down any at all because that means it'll give somebody a house lot to build on and blah, blah, blah.
Skip knows all the dirt.
I see.
Yeah, I can, you want some more of it.
All right, I'm going to bypass bylaw and regulation tonight.
Well, you were gonna get outvoted on that anyways. There was no doubt about that.
I can read the room. In fact, take it off until the new year. 'Cause we're at Thanksgiving, it's gonna be Christmas, and we're not gonna take our time on that. Unless someone objects.
Yeah. Do
Where's
you have
Joe?
like that last document that we started talking about what we did and didn't want? Maybe if we just threw that up on the drive for people to...
really just say that?
Somebody else should have that, not me, I don't remember that. I
No,
don't,
you were typing.
No,
it
was
up.
I typing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Sucker. That was you.
I'll go
I'm
looking.
sorry.
I'll go looking
It's
for
your
it before we
fault.
need
You
it
know what?
next.
You do this to me.
Yes, he's a very bad influence, isn't he?
Look how much fun you have now that I'm here.
This is fun.
Today.
My husband's like, "Are you all right?" I don't know.
It's only twice a month.
So is there any other business before the commission tonight?
Motion to adjourn, is that what you're looking for?
Second.
I think we ought to do it fast.
Cool.
I haven't heard a second. Did I miss it?
I just
She
yelled
seconded.
second.
I heard it.
Forget proof, we need to adjourn.
Forgetful and deaf. What a combination.
And blind.
And blind, that's true. And a dead man because of his wife's anniversary and birthday, but...
Your wife's anniversary. No. Your anniversary. It's not your wife's anniversary.
No, trust me, it's hers.
Oh my God, you killed
Roll
him.
call! Fast! Down there!
One grenade.
Gentilucci.
Dan's eye.
Crane eye! Gosh. Thanks, everybody.